Numbers chapter 7 is kind of a long chapter and a repetitive chapter, but it gives us a good lesson in the power of cooperation. They're dedicating the tabernacle, and each of the 12 tribes are bringing their gifts to the tabernacle to be used in the use of the tabernacle, and it starts with Judah on day 1, and this is what they bring. They bring 1 silver plate, 1 silver sprinkling bowl, 1 gold dish, plus a young bull, a ram, a male lamb a year old, all to be used as burnt offerings, plus 1 male goat to be used as a sin offering, plus 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be used as fellowship offerings. And then the next day, the tribe of Issachar comes, and do you know what they bring? The same thing. Same list. And then the next day, another tribe comes, and they bring the same thing, and then the same thing, and then the same thing. All 12 tribes, all 12 days, and they all end up bringing the same thing. If only one of them brought that, they'd be able to do some good. They'd be able to accomplish some good things, but because all 12 did collectively, the many things that they did together, they're able to do a lot more. It's a good lesson in cooperation. Everybody doing their part, and you can make a big difference. I bet your life is a lesson in cooperation too. I bet you can pretty easily think of somebody who has made a difference in your life. Maybe recently or maybe a long time ago. Somebody who didn't give up on you. Somebody who was there for you. Somebody who taught you an important lesson. Maybe it was an important lesson at just the right time and it really saved you. Or somebody who treated you with a lot of grace when you didn't deserve it. But somebody who was there, who cooperated with you in the way that we're supposed to when God tells us to be there for one another and love one another. Of course, the opposite is true. You know, when people don't cooperate, when they don't do their part, life gets harder. And I bet you can think of people who've done that for you too. People who weren't there for you when they said they would be. People who didn't treat you with the greatest grace because they were having a bad day, or because they were bitter, or somebody who made a promise and they broke it and you got hurt. It's hard to feel motivated to play your part then. If people aren't going to be there for you, we often tell ourselves, well, why should I feel motivated to be there for them? And if you know that feeling, then you have a little bit of an idea of what was going on in the heart of Jesus when he looked at Peter and said, Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times before the rooster crows. Or when he looked at Judas and said, Judas, what you're going to do it quickly. And when he was with his disciples later that evening, after they had let him down, after he simply asked them to stay awake while he prayed, he looked out and he saw the torches coming, and there was Judas again. And he addressed him as a friend. Hello, friend. And Judas betrayed him. But that didn't stop Jesus from playing his part. His part in being there for you. You who sometimes gets hurt by others. You whose life is sometimes harder because somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do. And also you who have reasons to feel regret too. I bet you can look back, maybe at today, maybe last week, certainly somewhere in your past, at a time when you weren't there for someone. And maybe they got hurt. At the very least, their life was harder, or you didn't make it easier for them. And those are times, and like Peter and Judas, we can feel pretty crushed. As if it doesn't make a difference. As if we don't really matter at all in anyone's life, no matter who we cooperate with. But Jesus played his part so that you could think something different. So that no matter what you have or haven't done, no matter who you have or have not been there for, you could see Jesus look you in the eyes and still call you his friend. His friend. He's willing to die for you. He's willing to forgive you. He already has. Just as he has already prepared a place for you where you will fully cooperate with all the angels in heaven in singing the greatest song of praise that will never end. A song of praise to the Lamb of God who was slain so that we could be a part of the only family that gets to stay together for eternity. A family that will never hurt one another ever again. You are a part of that family. Not because of anything you did, but because of what Jesus did. Rest well tonight, my friends. Jesus played his part so that you could cooperate with him in eternity.